Ultra crazy. I've got the ultimate Elon Musk insider here. He's been in contact with Elon Musk. And right now there are rumors going around that Elon Musk has actually bought Bitcoin. We can also see the tweet here. Here Chris writes, maybe Elon Musk is secretly buying Bitcoin. And he actually confirms it with a like. A lot of people are interpreting this as Elon Musk secretly buying Bitcoin now. What Chris is about to tell you will shock you. Let's take a look at what the insider has to say here. But we also have the richest man in Mexico, who is now saying you should sell your house and go all in on Bitcoin. By the way, I'm here at the Electric North Festival in Austria. We can see the main stage here and not miss out. Go ahead and smash the like button below if you want Elon Musk to secretly buy Bitcoin. Ultra bullish. Christian, what happened? Can you give us a quick rundown?
You could already sense it coming. I posted a tweet, kind of staged it. Maybe Elon Musk is quietly and secretly stacking, and he liked the tweet. I didn't think much of it, and then sent it to a friend, TREZOR. And yeah, then it went a bit viral. Then various reporters contacted me and wanted to verify if it was actually true.
So, it really is true. So, to sum it up, you made a tweet saying Elon Musk is secretly buying Bitcoin, and Elon Musk liked the tweet.
So, it wasn't like an official confirmation. I mean, it's real in the sense that it happened, but that doesn't mean Elon Musk is actually doing it. Maybe he didn't like the tweet. Maybe he clicked on you. No idea. No contact with Elon Musk since then, but don't give me, any further information.
But the rumors went even further. That means, first he likes that you're here, that he officially, unofficially, perhaps secretly bought Bitcoin, and then he even supports that you. Yeah, but it's a fake. So I said, hey, you have to use my 5 minutes of fame. I'm a supporter of a soft fork, object template verify and object stick from Stack. A way to scale Bitcoin, to make Lightning, self-custodial Lightning, as user-friendly as custodial Lightning. And I thought, I don't have a SoundCloud to promote here. I just made a meme out of it. Elon Musk actually liked it. That's the only interaction I've ever had with Elon. Okay, so just a single tear. So to sum it up, he basically liked that he secretly buys Bitcoin, but not that he supports any Bitcoin updates or anything like that. So that was basically.
I think he's probably not that deep into it. There are people who suspect that Elon Musk is Satoshi. I'm not in that camp, but
And would you say it's a, let's say, solid theory that Elon Musk doesn't buy Bitcoin? Because it doesn't make any sense at all. He posts every day about the debt crisis, escalation, the US on the verge of a debt collapse. But at the same time, he doesn't buy Bitcoin. That doesn't make any sense. And now he's starting a party, which also doesn't make any sense. He should just buy Bitcoin.
I mean, it just makes ultimate sense for him to own Bitcoin. He basically has unlimited money. He has, basically beaten the fiat system. And now, at the same time, he's pestering his former best friend Donald Trump and says things like, yeah, he could escalate the situation in Trump and Epstein and so on. That's why it's really good to have a bare asset, something you could use to quickly get out of a, not so friendly regime if you ever needed to.
Did you want Elon Musk too now?
No. Well, I haven't either. We haven't had any offers to have a baby with him. So yeah, that was the only interaction so far, but maybe straight tuned.
Did you send him a message?
I can't DM him.
Ha, you can. Okay, probably if he followed you, you could probably message him, right?
Exactly. But if it ever came to that, you know me and my profile neuroses and my need for recognition. I would share it right away. As soon as I ever got followed by Elon, then it's on.
And what was your first reaction? So, how does that feel? So you're basically scrolling through Twitter and then, kind of lost in thought, suddenly, what? Elon Musk is liking my tweets?
Yeah, as a dopamine junkie, I'm on Twitter way too often. I probably should cut back. And usually it's always a fake account that likes something like that. Because I just happen to look and then I see, wow, this fake account has 221 million followers. And it turned out it was actually the real one. Yeah, let's see where this goes from here. But real fame among CoinJoe and Chris Crashow, that's just around the corner.
The Robinhood CEO, he's your big supporter now too.
The Robinhood CEO, that's all completely random. I was in Las Vegas at a Robinhood after party because Max Kaiser, Stacy Herbert, and we forgot our passport or our ID, and the club promoter wouldn't let us into the actual VIP after party. So I went back to the hotel, came later, and by then everyone, Antoine and Robin, were already done and didn't want to party anymore. And then I met a girl who immediately said, hey, come to the Robinhood after party. So I just started chatting with the people there. The next day, someone from Robinhood comes and buys a kit. And then, I don't know, almost 2 weeks later, he pulls it out of his beautiful suitcase in the most dramatic way and announces that SpaceX and OpenAI private keys are waiting on a Seedorf. Crazy. Small world.
So you really have to see this. Here's the CEO, basically holding up the Seedorf capsule like it's the Holy Grail. And for those who don't know, Chris, maybe just briefly in a minute, what do you do? What are these capsules? And of course, you can also promote the capsules and the TREZOR standsets in the Bitcoin hotel shop below.
Exactly. It's simply a steel backup where you can store your Bitcoin private key or master password. In this case, Vlad Tinov, the CEO of Robinhood, known from the GameStop saga, used it to store some, private token offering of a stock.
Right. He basically used it for shitcoins. I mean, you can do that too, but I'm not sure exactly what you mean.
The Dimension is a Bitcoin backup, so get yourself a TREZOR and secure your private key.
I specifically looked into that. Then I thought, wow, he's really going for the Bitcoin angle. But actually, he just went all in on the shitcoin angle.
Yeah, but OpenAI and SpaceX aren't shitcoins. But somehow it's a tokenization on, like Arbitrum or some Ethereum layer 2. Yeah, leave that junk alone, but...
Okay, so guys, if you want the ultimate backup, check out the link below. Get yourself a TREZOR set, grab a capsule, punch it into steel here, and then everything is safe forever. And this is already a really crazy story that's happening here. Feel free to share your thoughts down below. And now we have the richest person in the world here, who might secretly be buying Bitcoin. In my opinion, it just makes sense for Elon Musk to buy Bitcoin. But of course, you might see it differently. And now we also have the richest person from Mexico, who is actually saying that he's selling his house. Or not that he's selling his house, but that people should sell their real estate and go all in on Bitcoin. And let's fucking go. Let's check out what Ricardo Salinas has to say about this.
So that's why I say for most people, my solution is you have a house. If you think that's your investment, sell the house and buy Bitcoin and rent, or keep the house, take a mortgage, buy Bitcoin.
And it's just crazy what he's saying. He's saying here, sell your house and use that money to buy Bitcoin. And if you don't want to do that, then just rent something and use the money you save to buy Bitcoin. Or if you already have a house and don't want to let it go. By the way, I'm recording like this because I'm at a festival. If you don't want to let go of the house, then just take out a big mortgage, borrow against your house, and use that to buy Bitcoin. And that's basically always the distinction here. On the one hand, Bitcoin is of course a much better asset for building wealth. There's even a whole book by Tezelli about why Bitcoin is better than real estate. You really have to let that sink in. The ultra high net worth individuals, the richest people in the world, they're getting into Bitcoin. And real estate might not be a bad option either, or keeping your personal money in a savings account, but it just can't keep up with Bitcoin's performance. And then you always have the problem of opportunity costs. That means every cent, every euro that you don't invest in Bitcoin is potential growth you're missing out on. And that's why the smartest, the sharpest, the richest people come to the conclusion, hey, no, I can't live in my own property anymore. Instead, I more or less have to rent it, or I have to leverage the property, or I have to sell it and put that money into Bitcoin. There really isn't any other option. And now let's listen further to what Nordsee has to say.
And then use the Bitcoin to cover your spending needs as they show up, Yeah. Because, people need to live, right?
And if you want to live, since now you have all these Bitcoins and not the house, you can just start gradually selling off your Bitcoins to cover your living expenses. At least that's how I understood it. You put the big chunks straight into Bitcoin, and then if you want to buy yourself some bananas or coconuts or whatever, you can just do that by selling off some Bitcoin bit by bit. That way, you're not stuck with a huge lump sum, a big concentrated investment where most of your money is tied up in a property. So basically, you're left with just Bitcoin if you've put almost everything into it. And if you need to buy something, you're basically forced to sell some Bitcoin, since you don't have any fiat left. You don't own any property anymore, no bonds, no stocks. Most of it is in Bitcoin now. Selena himself doesn't go 100% into Bitcoin, but he says it's more like 80 or 90%. And he's considering whether to go 100% into Bitcoin next.
Of course. There's many different kinds of investment objectives and thresholds. I mean, for most people, saving is in the form of a house. And it's not a bad saving, okay? It's not bad because the asset doesn't go down. It's just that asset, compared to Bitcoin, doesn't stand a chance, right? Because you can always make more houses.
Yes.
Bitcoin, you can't make any more.
And that's exactly what I've already told you. So real estate isn't a completely bad investment, but you just have zero chance against Bitcoin. And that makes it really clear again, because you can always build more houses. You can keep building higher and higher if you want. In theory, you could even settle more land here. But with Bitcoin, there are 21 million. There's a cap, and there will never be more. And that's why everything is always relative. Yes, real estate is better than a savings account, but Bitcoin is just so much better than real estate.
And you can't take the house with you if something happens. And, you get the property tax and you get the maintenance and da.
So you have this thing here, the property, but you just can't take it anywhere. You can take Bitcoin with you anywhere. Then you have property tax here. Okay, you can do that too. You can also tax Bitcoin. But real estate is always the easiest to tax, simply because it's immobile. You can't take it anywhere. With Bitcoin, if you don't feel like it anymore, you just go to El Salvador or somewhere else where Bitcoin isn't taxed. With a property, if your government suddenly comes up with a new idea, you can't just say, okay, I'll take my property with me to Italy or El Salvador because now there's some kind of heating tax or something like that.
Saylor has done an excellent job of pointing out the weaknesses of real estate investment versus Bitcoin. But of course, also people need to have a house where to live, and that's different. It's not it's a good investment. You use a house for living. Now, if you want it as an investment.
And this is really, really important now, because a lot of people are going to want to write in the comments, yeah, I want a property for my lifestyle and the way I want to live. Sure, get yourself a property. Go ahead and buy a place to live in. Or even 2 properties if you've got money burning a hole in your pocket, or something like that. But then you have to recognize that the property is a lifestyle choice, and you need to distinguish between investment and lifestyle here. That means if you really want a property, or even 2 or 3 properties, if that's just your lifestyle, if that's what makes you happier and so on, then go ahead and get those properties. But everything else you have for saving, for investing, and so on, all of that gets put into Bitcoin. And he says it too, Saylor has also made all the differences between real estate and Bitcoin clear again. I mean, there's a ton of that out there. There's also Leon Mancom, who used to be big in real estate gaming and is now realizing more and more, hey, Bitcoin is actually way, way better. And if we then have instruments like Strike, Strive, Stride, and so on, where we can even generate cash flow with Bitcoin, or MSD or MSTY, then we even have the arguments we always used to have, like yeah, Bitcoin doesn't have any cash flow and so on, even that doesn't count anymore. Then the real question is, okay, does it still make sense to hold real estate? Very important. As an investment? As a lifestyle? Absolutely accepted, and so on. If you have a property, go for it, but as a lifestyle choice, as an investment, it just makes little sense. And that's why the softest people in the world know this here, Ricardo Salinas. And it's a really, really fascinating story that high net worth individuals, maybe Elon Musk, but definitely Ricardo Salinas, are jumping on Bitcoin, and you can let me know in the comments below what you're doing now. And if you don't have any Bitcoin yet, then I absolutely recommend you check out 21 Bitcoin, the easiest way to buy Bitcoin in Europe. With the code Bitcoin Hotel, you can still get up to 20% off the fee when buying Bitcoin. Right, the link is down in the description. Guys, see you next time. Peace out.